Hello everyone. Our topic for today is signs of depression. My name is Rabab Alma. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist and international life coach. And I'm doing this series about depression and suicide in the light of what's happening recently in the community. We've heard of a lot of suicides recently. And this is tragic, and it can happen to anyone. So today I want to talk about signs of depression. I want to also point that these lives are meant to be for information only. They don't replace medical advices or professional help. So if you feel that you are depressed or you are at risk, you need to contact a licensed professional. I'm a licensed professional and I see people for depression and anxiety. But if you feel that you are at risk of suicide, you need to contact and call 911 and take actions immediately if you feel that you are at risk or if you know of someone who's at risk. So what are the signs of depression? I'm going to talk about the ones in general, and then I will be talking about the ones for teens. So some of the signs for depression that you feel that you're always tired, you cannot really do any activities, everything around you annoys you, things that you used to tolerate, you're no longer able to tolerate. You either sleep too much or you don't sleep. Eating becomes an issue. People stop eating, or maybe they eat too much. You feel pain everywhere. Everything aches. You are not feeling well in general. You don't really pay attention about how messy things are or how you look. Everything is okay. Doesn't matter anymore. You feel that you want to hide. You don't want to meet with people. You don't want to see people. You prefer to be on your own, always, continuously. Nothing interests you anymore. Things used to feel so good for you, it doesn't anymore. You are negative. You beat yourself up over everything. You're forgetful, and you have trouble concentrating and focusing on things. You might feel numb, and these things come and go. Sometimes we feel this way, like periodically, but if these things chronic, consistent, is happening often, then you need to pay attention. Then people will come to a point where they feel that they are thinking about dying. Then at that point, we really need to pay attention. We need to pay attention to ourselves, to people around us, how they are conducting themselves. Is it a concern? So we need to really pay attention to what's happening around us, or to ourselves. We don't want to reach that point when it's like really chronic. When we feel this kind of feelings and it's consistent, we need to try to seek help early on, because taking care of these issues in the early stages is easier than if you leave it like for years or months, and then it's going to become more chronic, and you will need more therapy or treatment for that. What I really want to focus also on, mainly teens. Teens, most of the time they feel that they are misunderstood. No one cares. No one understands me. No one listens. No one gives me attention. I always often see that. I hear that in my office when I see teens. And of course, they are in transition period. They are going through a lot developmentally, socially. They want to be heard. They feel that they are not. They don't want to find a place for themselves in this world. So these kind of feelings, they can come and go, but we really want to pay attention when things really feel different or excessive. So we want to see if those teens are expressing feeling of hopelessness for the future. So we want to pay attention. We want to see if they are really expressing that they are overwhelmed, constantly distressed. We want to know why. We want to try to investigate and not to brush it off. If they are experiencing changes, like you see that they are withdrawing, they don't want to socialize, they don't want to, they are all the time angry, hostility, they want to, you see that their sleeping patterns have changed, their academics, their studying patterns, they're not interested, or they are spending too much time alone. You want to pay attention to that. we want to pay attention if they are really exercising or saying or talking about threats towards themselves or others. I don't want to live anymore. I want to die. So if they say that constantly, we want to pay attention. We want to also pay attention to the situations. Are they being bullied? Do they feel isolated? Do they feel humiliated? What's going on at home? Are there a lot of problems at home? Are they in trouble with the law at school? Are they aggressive all the time? So if we feel that things are really getting out of hand, we really want to seek help early on. We don't want to wait until things really get so complicated. If you feel that someone is at risk, you want to call a professional counselor. I myself, I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I see teenagers and adults for depression, anxiety. There are other professions also, and I'm going to talk about the other professions that you can seek help from. But if you feel that someone is at risk, you might want to you want to ask directly. Do you feel like you want to harm yourself? Just ask directly and see what they say. If someone has an attempt of suicide in the past, then this is an alarming situation. We really want to pay attention to it. We don't want to brush it. We don't want to. Sometimes people use faith, for instance. No, this guy, we know that, or this girl, we know that she has a strong faith, or she doesn't do that. No one is immune. Depression is a mental illness. Like if you break your arm, or if you have a heart attack, or you're gonna go to a doctor. Of course, we always pray and you ask our Creator for guidance, but we need also to seek medical help or mental health professionals when there are problems. We cannot just brush it and say that it's okay and they're gonna get over it. It's just temporary. They're just upset. Sometimes talking to people going through a hard time, shifting their mindset can change the way their outlook to life. But as long as these people are isolating themselves and they are not speaking, not talking, then it is an issue. Having that person close to the depressed person to talk to and to express their feelings and but again, we cannot only depend on friends and families. When there is a mental health issue, we need to seek professional help. Family and friends and social life can be secondary. But when there is a mental health issue, depression, anxiety, thoughts of dying or suicide, you need to seek mental health professional immediately. So what type of mental health professionals we have? So we have the psychiatrists. Psychiatrists usually prescribe medications. They do evaluations. They do some counseling and therapy, but usually they don't do that. It's not their usual practice. You have also the psychologists who have doctoral degree. They do counseling and therapy, but they mainly do also assessments. So they do evaluations of different kind of evaluations. Depression, disabilities, whatever, different kind of mental health issues, bipolar, the ADHD, whatever. Then comes the professional counselors and the social worker and the marriage and family therapist who actually do the therapy and the talk therapy. And some of them do groups, individuals, whatever fits that particular client. So you really need to see or seek the therapist that fits your situation or your child. But we need sometimes to be proactive, and whenever we see some signs, we need to follow up on that. It's not healthy to keep things lingering for a long time, and then it's going to affect the person and their environment and the family and everyone else. I think it's important to address issues instead of bottling them down and wait on them for a very long time. We hear recently about so many suicides, and that's very sad. I mean, we hear young people, older people. This can hit anyone. No one is immune. And we need to acknowledge it. We need to talk about it. And that's why I decided to do this series of lives to spread the awareness I think it's extremely important. We tend to sometimes we tend to spend money on so many stuff or so many activities, but this is very important. Mental health is important and needs to be a priority. So if you need to see a therapist, it's not you're not crazy. No, everyone needs a therapist at a certain point of their time. We tend to put the stigma that I'm not crazy, I am not whatever. And if someone knows I'm a therapist, they will think that maybe I am incompetent. No, we are human. We all go through issues in our lives, and we need sometimes that professional help or someone who's neutral outside of our social circle to help us go through stuff or get through stuff. So we really need to pay attention to this. I am going to be talking more about these issues in the coming lives, and hopefully we will spread awareness. If you like this live, please like it and share it. Someone might need to hear this. Someone maybe needs the encouragement. Someone needs to hear that it's okay to seek help. We see a lot of, again and again, we see a lot of people in the community saying, I'm okay, I'm fine. We put all this face that we show that everything is okay, everything is fine. We put all of these pictures on social media that our life is perfect. But so many people are hurting and so many people are suffering. And when you sit down and talk to someone, you feel that how much pain they are enduring. And they are unable to talk about it. They want to just keep that face of, I'm strong, I can handle it, it's okay. But it's okay also to seek help. It's okay to say that I cannot handle this on my own and I need someone to help me, someone professional. We all go through this. Whether we are therapists, also need therapy. Everyone needs therapy at a certain point of life. So there is no shame about it, absolutely not. I believe that it's a courage when someone actually admits or be vulnerable and say, yeah, I need help. I want to get better. That's actually courageous. That's someone who's authentic with themselves, that they are so transparent, and I say that I want help. I want someone to help me, and that's okay. It's okay to seek help because we want to feel better. We want people to feel to have a good life, and we definitely don't want to hear more suicide in our community. That's a heartbreaking. I mean, every day. I mean, lately we are hearing it like every couple of days we hear tragic news, and what a waste when we lose a life. It's tragic for everyone, whether we know them or not. It's a human life that we need to preserve, and actually it breaks my heart when I hear that every single story. Imagine the future that the future that was waiting for this person, and they just ended their life because they didn't see a way out. What did we miss? The people around them did not see it, or we don't want to blame anyone, of course, but I feel pain that we are not seeing beyond ourselves. We are so sucked in our daily life that we don't really see other people's sufferings, and that's a concern. That's a real concern. So we need to reach out. We need to connect with people. We need to connect with ourselves, and really admit to ourselves that when we need help, we're gonna reach out. And we're gonna seek help. If you like this video, please hit like and share, and I will be posting more lives in the coming days. I hope this reach everyone, and I wish you all a very nice evening and a very joyful and the best of well-being. Thank you for watching.